In this video, we'll be looking at demergers. This occurs when a business is broken into components. If we look at the image below, we've got firm A, which is broken into firm B and firm C. Firm B are smaller units of firm A. There are different types of demergers. So we've got a spin-off demerger, which is where a parent receives an equity stake in a new company equal to their loss of equity in the original subsidiary. We've also got a split demerger, which is where multiple businesses are split from the parent into different entities. For public companies, shareholders are given the option of trading shares between the parent and the new entities. So the rationale behind demergers firstly is to reduce diseconomies of scale. Often firms simply get too big, especially conglomerate firms. This can obviously increase costs. We've got more costs of management. We have to manage resources flowing between businesses. And so if we demerge, then we can reduce these excess costs, reduce these diseconomies of scale. If our costs are lower, that means we can price lower and become more competitive over time, which can be a useful strategy for growing our market share. Secondly, we can raise cash from asset sales. Some businesses acquire others to restructure them. The rationale behind that is that we buy a cheap firm, restructure it to enhance expected cash flows. Because firms are valued from cash flows, if cash flows rise and the firm value rises, and we can sell the firm that we bought for cheap for a profit. However, restructuring is extremely risky. What happens if this restructure is ineffective? And what happens if there are no people or no other businesses that are actually willing to buy the business that we just restructured? Okay, so a benefit of demergers is that increased specialisation. If we're only focusing on one business, then innovation is going to be focused in that one area. We're going to have way more specific capital, which can increase the quality of our goods, make us more competitive and reduce our prices and costs, and increase margins. Additionally, we can focus on the core business. Again, we can cut costs in that sector, we can rationalise the business, all in the aim of increasing profitability. And the negatives of demergers that we may lose economies of scale. We're getting smaller, and so we're producing less quantity, and so average costs may rise. This can come with a cost disadvantage. However, as we focus on innovation in that area, then we can increase our output and perhaps negate these effects over time. Additionally, a demerger requires shareholder approval. Sometimes it may be in the best interest for a firm to go through a demerger, but the shareholders reject it, and the firm's in a worse off position. So that was the video on demergers. The next video will probably be on the principal agent problem.